Hi, my name is Rob Barrett and you're watching Cooking for Dads. Today we're going to make a really traditional meal because I think traditional meals sometimes make the best memories. We're going to make a ham and scalloped potatoes with beans dinner. It's great for Easter or Christmas or just any great family get together. Come on, let's go get what we need. You've been to the website, you've got your list, let's go. All right, we need to get a ham. Almost all the hams that you can get come cooked, and you want to get a cooked one or a smoked one. You want to get between a half pound and a pound per person. This one is uncut with a bone, and that's what is a great way to go. You can also get a spiral cut ham like this, but we're going to do it uncut so I can show you how to do it that way. Get some brown sugar, get some nutmeg, get a small jar of whole cloves, get a small can of crushed pineapple. Get some Dijon mustard. Get 2 large russet potatoes, they're from Idaho. You can also get the Yukon Gold, but they're smaller, so you need to get a couple more. I recommend the russets. Get a red onion. Get some green beans. We're not going to get the pre-washed kind this time, so that we'll kind of get them ready for you, but get about 3 handfuls. Get some bacon. You're going to need about a cup of milk, so get some if you don't have it. Get some cheddar cheese, either a block or already shredded. I'm kind of lazy today, so I'm going to get the shredded. All right, you're going to need about 1 inch of butter, 2 spoonfuls of flour, some salt and pepper. So if you don't have those, get that. Otherwise, let's go. We've got our ham. It's really easy. We're going to take our broiling pan, we're going to cut off the bag, we're going to put it face down, put it in an oven at 325 for 10 minutes for every pound. So this is 5.7 pounds, almost an hour. We're going to pull it out the last half an hour and put a glaze on it. All right, so make sure the fat side is up. We're going to put it in the oven at 325. Remember, it's already cooked. All we have to do is warm it up. The internal temperature, if you want to be specific, should be about 130 degrees. You can check that with your meat thermometer. All right, make sure you read the bag that your ham came with for any specific cooking instructions. What we're going to do is we're going to add cloves to this, and we're going to kind of cut across the top. So first thing we're going to do is take our knife and cut across, just kind of diagonal like this. Then we're going to take our whole cloves and just stick them in wherever those lines kind of intersect. And we're going to leave these in all the way to the end. We're not going to serve it with this. We're going to take it out when we serve it up. But these add an amazing flavor to the ham. But try to cover up basically the whole thing if you can with your cloves. All right, our cloves are in our ham. We're also going to take some aluminum foil and line the bottom because this glaze will kind of get all over the place. All right, make sure your oven's at 325. Put this in. I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes less than it needs to cook. That way when it goes off, it's going to pull it out, put on the glaze, and cook it for the last 30 minutes. All right, we're going to make a super easy glaze for our ham. We're going to take our crushed pineapple, squeeze out all the juice. We really want to get out as much juice as we possibly can. This juice is really good though, so I'm going to try to keep it and save it. Maybe just drink it. I'm going to take my colander, I'm going to put this in and just push it down as hard as I can. You really want to squeeze that juice out of there because we're going to make a paste with the Dijon mustard, and if there's a lot of moisture in here, we can't add very much Dijon. Right, then we're going to put this in our bowl, and then we're going to add a similar amount of brown sugar. So kind of 1 part pineapple to 1 part brown sugar, and then just as much Dijon as we can. Then take your brown sugar and add about a handful of brown sugar. There, that looks about right. All right, now we're going to take our Dijon and add just enough so it becomes a paste. You don't want it too runny, otherwise it'll fall right off the ham. Add a little bit at a time. You can always add more. That is about all we're going to get in there. It's about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. All right, we're going to put this in the fridge and wait till the last 30 minutes of our ham. Okay, next we're gonna make our scalloped potatoes. We're actually gonna bake them in a skillet or a frying pan. Make sure that if you have a plastic handle that it's oven safe. Otherwise you can use like a normal casserole dish or something like that. And that means we're gonna start with our russet potatoes. We're gonna wash them. Okay, at this point if you want to peel them, you can. I'm just gonna leave the skins on because I think it just adds flavor and texture. We're gonna slice them. Remember, use your fingers as your guide. Slice them as thin as possible. Okay, we're going to cook these in the microwave just to kind of take the edge off so they cook a little bit quicker in the oven. About 2 minutes per potato. Okay, these are super hot. They just started to get soft. That's perfect. We're going to put them aside, let them cool, and make our sauce. First thing we need is a handful of finely chopped onion. To get it really finely chopped, make a bunch of parallel cuts in the onion, but don't cut all the way to the end. And just tilt your knife and cut down against the cuts. Instant diced onions. Okay, next we're going to make our sauce. We're going to start by melting 1 inch of butter in a pan and then sauteing our onions for just about a minute. 1 handful of onions, cook until they're just soft. As you can see, I'm using my ultimate pan, the pan that's good for everything. Okay, these are softening up. We're going to add 2 spoonfuls of flour. And stir that together until it makes a paste. We're going to have to measure out 1 cup of milk. Doesn't need to be exact. It can be a little bit over. Going to add some salt and some pepper. You want to keep it moving, make sure it doesn't burn. Okay, once this gets boiling, add just a little tiny bit of nutmeg. It's supposed to be 1 pinch, which is how much you can hold between your finger and thumb, but just about that much. And add about a pinky's worth of Dijon mustard. Just a little bit. There you go. Stir that in as it's boiling. See how that's thickening? Oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. At this point you have to constantly stir it to keep it off that bottom. Alright, this is nice and thick. We're going to turn off the heat, put it aside, layer our potatoes, and then put it on top. You pull out our hand, there's a half an hour left. We're going to coat it with our glaze, put it back in, let it finish cooking. These cloves smell amazing. All right, back in for the last 30 minutes. Cook up 3 sticks of bacon and then chop them into little pieces. All right, now you're ready to put together your scalloped potatoes. We're basically going to take potatoes and make a layer of potatoes. Cover that with cheese and bacon. Then do another layer. The thicker the slices, the longer it'll take to cook. Do a layer of cheese. Sprinkling of bacon. Last layer of potatoes. Sprinkle on some cheese. Cheese is good. Finish up your bacon. All right. Now we're going to take our sauce and pour it over the top. Spread that around a little bit. You are ready for some scalloped potatoes. These Analon pans are great because you can put these plastic handles right in the oven up to 500 degrees. We're going to put it in with our ham and let it cook for about 20 minutes. We're going to stick a toothpick in to see if we feel any hard parts of the potatoes, and and cook it until they're nice and soft. Okay, the last thing we need to do is get our beans ready to go. If you bought the ones that are already washed, you're set. If you bought them kind of bulk like we did, you need to wash them, cut off the edges, then you're ready to cook. All right, get like a frying pan, get just a little bit of water, throw that in, throw in your beans, cover it, and cook it just for a couple minutes, like 2, until they just turn color. See how much darker those are? These are ready to go. Don't overcook them. Just gonna take them and do this the old-fashioned way. Drain them. This is old school. Add just a pat of butter, a little bit of salt. Ooh. To make sure they're done, take a toothpick and stick it in and make sure there's no hard spots. This looks awesome. Let this sit for just a couple seconds. Pull out all the cloves. They are really strong if you eat them. Cut super thin slices right down the middle. When you get to the bone, you might have to cut around it. So be ready for that. Traditional ham dinner. So good. Well, that's it. I'm Rob Barrett. You're watching Cooking for Dads. Cook well. It's worth it. All right, then we're gonna add Dijon until it makes a paste. You don't want it too runny, otherwise it's gonna run right off the ham. Just kind of a firm gunk.